Do you have dizziness or vertigo caused by cervical muscle tension? Then stay tuned to the video and I'll show you 4 exercises to solve it. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Physiolution. My name is Ignacio, physiotherapist at Physiolution, and today we bring you a video about a question that you ask us very often. It's, hey, I have dizziness, what can I do at home to solve it? In a previous video, we explained the differentiation so that you could know if your pain was coming from the ear or from the neck, your dizziness, or rather, your dizziness. So just watch the previous video to find out if you think your dizziness is coming from your neck and stick to the exercises. Here are a few words from our sponsor.
Fisiolution, one of the leading companies in Spain in the field of health, physiotherapy and sports. It has more than 10 years of experience helping and providing logistical support to clinics like ours. Thanks to their commitment, dedication and continuous growth, they offer you the best quality products, high technology equipment and creams of their own manufacture at the best price. In addition, they are specialists in integral assembly of clinics and physiotherapy centers. As they trust so much in their products and they are so nice, they offer you a discount code for 2022 in your online sales purchases. If you are looking for the best solution in any health field, you know where our friends are, and Fisiolution is the answer.
Although dizziness and its origin is a very difficult problem to diagnose, since it is multifactorial, it can come from the neck, from the ear, it can be caused by stress, lack of sleep, by many factors. It is estimated that about half of the patients who come to consultation with problems of dizziness or vertigo come from the origin of the cervical musculature. So we are going to try to work on the deep stabilizing muscles, which will help us to strengthen the area and avoid many of these problems. Cervical dizziness is mechanical in nature, meaning that it worsens when moving the head and is usually accompanied by limited mobility, reduced range of motion, and a contraction of the cervical artery muscles. The pain usually radiates to the occipital region, shoulders, upper extremities, and interscapular area. It is important to assess active and passive mobility. Muscle atrophy causes the muscles to be unable to ensure the stability of the cervical spine, which can often lead to dizziness or instability. This instability combined with poor posture can lead to dizziness and vertigo of cervical origin. You can alleviate cervical discomfort by strengthening the cervical spine to directly address the cause of the problem. And now, after this theoretical introduction, I'm going to show you 4 exercises that will be very useful to eliminate or reduce that dizziness or vertigo of cervical origin. First exercise, we are going to use a rubber band. If you don't have a rubber band at home, a scarf, some fabric that yields a little bit, can also help you. So, what are we going to do? We are going to place the rubber band above the head a little bit here at the crown of the head, and what we're going to do is a cervical extension, because as we've told you, this is going to be spun with a lack of mobility. So we're going to use that to strengthen and mobilize at the same time. Without lying, from here we are going to do a cervical extension very slowly, accompanying the movement with the eyes always looking upwards. And always watching that no dizziness appears during the exercise. If you see that you get a little dizzy, rest and then continue with them. We give it 4, 5. Notice how I don't let the rubber band carry me. I direct the movement at all times. Come on, 6, 7. 8, a couple more, 9. And 10. And now we would rest for about a minute and do the second set. After resting those 30 seconds or a minute, it depends on how you feel, we're going to do the second set. This time I'm going to drop a little bit more and I'm going to focus on doing it right. And remember to breathe while doing the exercise. We are going to extend. That's 5. We're halfway through. Have the first exercise ready to treat cervical dizziness. Second exercise to treat cervical dizziness. We have told you that the lack of strength is one of the main causes of this problem, so we are going to strengthen all the muscles that have to stabilize. We are going to work with isometric exercises, which means that there is no movement in the execution, and we are going to perform it in 4 planes, in flexion, in lateralizations, and in double chin, which I'm sure you are familiar with this position from some other video. So we are simply going to take our hand, we are going to place it on our forehead, and we are going to use force as if we wanted to flex, but without movement, because it is an isometric, and we're going to do 8 seconds, 2 sets of 8 seconds of each. We're just going to pick up here, and we keep the tension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As you can see, the strength is very little, okay? We don't have to exert a lot of force in the exercise, about 30% of all the force you can exert, okay? Let's go on the right side, lateralization, as if we wanted to bring the ear to the shoulder. Come on, let's squeeze here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going with the back side. We're going to do this resisted double chin gesture with our hands, okay? We turn in, we stand here, and we do a double chin. And hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's go with the last one of the first round. We're going to go to the left, ear to shoulder. We place the hand and without any movement, we squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now after the first round, we will rest again, 30 seconds or 1 minute, and we will do the second round. Third exercise to work the dizziness of the cervical gene. In this case, we're going to do a self-massage of the ecom, the sternocleidomastoid, okay? Important to know this muscle goes up towards the mastoid process and then comes down and has a more sternal portion and a more clavicular portion, okay? So the massage is going to be all over this muscle belly that we have over here. Important, you can use some oil or some moisturizing cream so that it doesn't rub your skin too much. And we're just going to take this whole path that we've said and we're going to start down below. We will make it a few circles, okay? On each side of the neck, we're going to be about 2 minutes. We'll do small circles, okay? And then we're going to work our way up, okay? Up to practically the base of the skull here, which is where the muscle inserts and ends, okay? I am showing you with the neck turned so that you can see it better, but the ideal would be to do it with the neck straight so that the muscle is not in elongation, okay? After doing the little circles, we can work some passes all over the muscle belly, okay? Slowly, making a little pressure with your fingers without hurting too much, okay? Don't be too rough. And then lastly, we can work a little bit of hooking, let's call it, which would be like lifting a little bit of muscle and take it through, okay? We can take it from up here, right? And do that run, in this case, to the outer portion. And we would be working 2 minutes or 3 minutes on each side. As you can see, we are generating hyperemia here, okay? My neck has turned red because we're actually increasing the vascularization of the tissue, so that's the effect we want to maintain. Fourth and final exercise to treat cervical dizziness. Earlier we told you that one of the possible causes of dizziness is hypertonia or contracture of the paravertebral musculature, okay? So we are going to do a suboccipital inhibition, which is going to be working this area here. That is not only going to help us with dizziness, but if you have neck pain or headaches, it is also going to be great for you, okay? A home remedy, we are going to use 2 tennis balls, okay? Because we don't want them to be too hard. And a sock that's a little bit long, okay? So we're going to put it in. We're going to put it about halfway in, okay? And here we're going to make a little knot so that the balls don't move. And once we have our homemade suboccipital inhibitor ready, we're going to use a pillow that's a little bit stiff, okay? We have this little roll here, but it has to be a pillow that's a little bit stiff, okay? And we're going to lie down in such a way like this. And from this position, important, we are going to go back to this double chin position, okay? I mean, we don't want the head to be up, and we're going to place the 2 balls in the suboccipital area, okay? Right there. And we're just going to breathe calmly here. And we're going to hold it for 5 to 7 minutes. And we will gradually notice how this feeling of pressure and this feeling of discomfort decreases, okay? Then we just relax and breathe. So between 5 and 7 minutes, depending on how your sensations are going to be. Having seen the 4 exercises to solve cervical dizziness, we are going to give you some general recommendations. The first, and we never tire of saying it in all the videos, exercises without pain, right? In this case, apart from the pain, we have to control that the feeling of dizziness does not increase while we do them. So if we are exercising and we get a little bit dizzy, we rest and then we continue. Second recommendation, stretching of all the cervical musculature. As you know, and as we have told you, dizziness can be conditioned by a certain tension in the cervical musculature. So we leave you in the description of the video, a video with stretching of all the muscles of the neck. And finally, a recommendation a little more difficult to comply with, but we will try to keep stress at bay. We've said that it's one of the possible causes of cervical dizziness, so stress, we're going to try to limit it to the minimum possible. And lately, we have been wondering if you would like us to address some pathology or some pain live in this case with exercises. So if you would like, tell us what you would like us to treat, what area or what pain, and what day and what time would be good for us to be as many as possible. And once you have seen these 4 exercises, which I have not invented, but are referenced in the scientific literature, so they are scientifically proven. If you have any doubts about whether your dizziness can come from the neck, can come from the ear, since a very common problem is the benign paroxysmal syndrome. In a previous video, which we will leave in the description, we give a little more information and a little test for you to discriminate where your problem comes from. That said, as always, if you liked the video, leave us a like. If you have any questions in the comments, we try to answer them. Subscribe to the channel and, as we always say, to healing and beyond. Goodbye.